Hello and welcome back to my channel, everyone. I am Piers Duplock and I have been in the games industry for about 15 years now, and a lot of that time I have spent as a producer in the industry, over 30 titles now, and I want to take you through 5 things I learned as a games producer. So let's go. 15 years is a lot of time, and I've made a lot of mistakes over that time as well. I've learned a lot and I've worked with some incredible teams. So today what I want to do is take you through the 5 biggest lessons I learned as a video game producer. So whether you're looking to be a producer yourself and you're just getting started, or if you just want to know what producers do, this is a place to be. So let's get stuck straight in. Lesson number 1, and the number 1 skill a producer needs to have, is communication. Communication is your superpower. Most people, when they think of a producer's job, they think schedules, spreadsheets, planning, and that is genuinely part of it, totally right. But the real job is communicating all of that stuff. Your ability to communicate what needs doing, why it needs doing, and who is responsible for doing it is everything in the job. It can be Slack messages, it can be one-to-one meetings, it can be updates to leadership. Everything needs to be communicated to pretty much everyone in the project. Over communication is key here. There's an old adage I heard years ago now, but it is, if you feel like you're saying something too much, it means you're just starting to say it enough. It's very, very true from my experience. You have to say things over and over and over again, and then people will understand, oh, this guy means business. Yeah, like that's serious. So over communicate. Actively listen to your teams that are trying to tell you information, because you're going to have to pass it on as well. And then ask questions. Get that clarity you need, because games is a technical field. And as producers, we're not typically technical. So we need to ask those clarifying questions so we can pass on the information in as much detail as possible. Lesson number 2 is that nobody really cares about your Gantt charts and your roadmaps. We kind of touched on it in the earlier section, but it's very much a myth that all producers do is make plans, make roadmaps, make colorful charts, and send them through in Excel. That sounds like a fun job if it were the case, but the real job is getting people unstuck. You can have the most beautiful roadmap you've ever created, but if the programmer doesn't know what the priority is or what their next task is, then your roadmap's not going to hit. You need to unblock that programmer. That is your job at that moment in time. Another analogy for you on this one, I always treat my roadmaps like they're a brand new car. You go in, you go, wow, this is a brand new car, 0 mileage, brilliant. Pay the full price for it. And as soon as you get in that car and you drive it off the lot, it's lost half its value. Now, the reason why I have that analogy is because by the time you've made a plan, a roadmap, it's already out of date. Games is such an ever-changing environment that day to day your priorities change, and day to day things go wrong and they need fixing, and that automatically changes your roadmap. So you can't be too beholden to these things, and there's a whole other section of the job beyond road mapping charts. Lesson number 3 can be a bit counterintuitive for producers, but hear me out. It is protecting the team, not protecting the deadline. Deadlines do matter. Don't get me wrong there. Deadlines are very, very important. However, a job as a producer is not to enforce the deadline, it's to navigate it. There's going to be a lot of times over a producer's career where they can't fit everything into their milestone, their deadline, whatever that may be. And you have to make the decision of, does A go in or does B go in? How can we best navigate this situation? It doesn't help anybody to push your team to get everything done for that deadline. You have to work with management. Hey, what's your higher priority? You know, we're not going to be able to get both A and B done. So do you want A? Do you want B? Do you want a little bit of both? You know, you have to work that out with your management and those around you. Ultimately, you have to protect the team from this kind of behavior where you have to cram everything in for these deadlines, because it will burn them out. It will cause them stress, and their productivity will drop as a result, therefore affecting the next deadline as well. Ultimately, a team needs to feel safe and it needs to feel like its work is being respected so they can keep up a high standard of work, so you can keep hitting whatever work you can do during that milestone. The takeaway here is it's always going to be a producer's job to be the shield for the team, take away that politics, take away that pressure, just protect them, let them keep doing the best work they can do and as much work they can do as well. Lesson number 4 is to not be the boss of the team. It's to be the bridge for the team. Lots of new producers can kind of struggle with this because you've just been given all this power, granted this great position, and you kind of oversee the team, correct, but you're not, the creative director. You're not deciding on the work that needs to be done and how the team has to do it. You're not QA. You're not saying like, hey, here's what's wrong with the work. But you're also not the CEO. You're not determining, the path that your staff are on. You are taking information from all those sources, compiling it, and then making the best decisions possible for your team. You are the bridge. That can feel a bit nebulous, so here's a massive tip. Know a little bit about everybody's job. Not obviously the whole thing, but know just enough about what everybody does, and then you can kind of translate their needs into what's real for your team. You break down the ambiguity of what does the CEO need? What does the creative director need? What does the QA need? And you start to form a plan of, hey, here's what their needs are. Here's how it's going to affect my team. Let's bring that together and clear that. Make sure the team runs smoothly rather than being another voice in that pile. And finally, lesson number 5, the most critical lesson of all, is that nobody's figured any of this out. Everything I've just said to you is my personal opinion based on my years of experience, and somebody with equal amount of time in the industry will probably have very different opinions for you. Ultimately, the games industry is such a fast-moving place, and things are moving so quickly that the job I have now is not the job I had 10, 15 years ago. It's crazy different. You have to kind of roll with the times. You have to be adaptable. You have to be flexible. As new things arise, you have to go with them. And as such, I'd always encourage everybody to keep learning. Always be learning. Always asking questions. Be curious about the work you're doing and the work that others are doing around you. It can be hard with imposter syndrome. Even I get it now. 15 years into the job, I don't want to look like an idiot when I ask a dumb question. But you have to ask the dumb question so you can get the information to be more informed to go forward. So my tip there is ask dumb questions, be curious, and keep going. So let's recap everything we just went through, all of our 5 lessons. Lesson number 1, communication is everything. Please over-communicate. Lesson number 2, the tools don't really matter. Your Gantt charts, your roadmaps, everything like that doesn't really matter, and if you're not unblocking your team. Lesson number 3, protect that team. Don't protect the deadlines. Lesson number 4, be the bridge, don't be the boss. And lesson number 5, nobody's figured it all out, so don't worry too much. If any of these lessons in particular have resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you're a producer yourself, which lesson did you have to learn along the way? Is there any that I've missed out that you would add into this list? Let me know as well. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'm posting regular videos trying to help people who are already in the industry or people who are trying to get into the industry, so I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.